Welcome to Science and Spirituality on Supreme Master Television. Today we will discuss the holographic structure of the universe that can explain many things around us. According to many Eastern spiritual views, our world is an illusion created by Maya. Derived from Sanskrit, the word Maya is the combination of Ma, meaning not, and Ya, meaning that. It is believed that Maya's function is to conceal truth from our consciousness. The world that we experience and the life we live are reflections of our thoughts. But how can we doubt everything we perceive and call that illusion? The pain after bumping our head, or the chilled sensation when outside in the cold? Where is the border of the illusion? If you watch the science documentary What the Bleep Do We Know, maybe you remember an example discussed by one of the scientists. The event hypothetically happened over 500 years ago. Think about an indigenous American standing on a Caribbean beach looking at the ocean. When Christopher Columbus' ships arrived in the Americas for the first time, the man on the seashore does not see any ships. Why can't he see them? Some scientists say it is because he does not have in his mind the same conceptual model as we do, which would be to see many large vessels floating on the sea. But could it be that these ships do not actually exist? The truth of the matter is the vessels only in the imagination of whoever imagines them. We can find a similar description of this phenomenon in the Judaic Kabbalah, one of the world's oldest collections of spiritual wisdom rooted nearly 4,000 years ago. According to Kabbalah, perception of reality through our five senses blocks us from perceiving the true eternal reality. This principle can be explained using a simple model. A person can be viewed as a closed box with five openings, which are our senses. Our surroundings are the upper reality, so when things approach us, they meet a material barrier around the person. Instead of entering inside, these things can only be sensed by the five sensors and can only be interpreted by an inner program that produces the picture of reality at the end, like the output of a machine. Enhancements to this sensory system do not matter, even when the Hubble telescope, a super magnifying microscope, or a sophisticated particle detector is employed, because it is the program inside the box which creates reality. The function reduces the outside spiritual world to what we call objective reality. This program is called egoism, and the box acts as a filter interpreting all senses according to how things relate to me and affect me. All five senses work through the same program, and the person as a result is locked into a subjective image of things viewed from inside the box and has no sense of what really exists outside of the box, nor is able to judge his or her own life when viewing from this state. Only from a higher spiritual level can people view their lives, make a correct judgment about themselves, and thus be liberated from the program. But what does modern science say about this relativism? How the human brain and mind work as a whole still remains a mystery to present-day scientists. What is certain is that our sensations are converted into electrical signals when entering the brain, inside of which an electrical model of the outer reality is created. Thus, it is an equivalent view to the Kabbalah account revealed long ago. If we say that real thing is something that always exists with no gaps, then the outside world is not real. In our sleep, meditation, or even when we are very busy, there are times that we are not conscious of what is going on around us. Our brain can also be controlled by outer electrical devices or chemistry, changing our perception of reality dramatically. In other words, the brain in many respects behaves like a normal electrochemical device, although there are possible other subtle mechanisms that occur on a molecular and deeper microscopic levels, governed by quantum physics. In 1982, a remarkable physics experiment took place at the University of Paris. A research team, led by physicist Dr. Alain Aspect, discovered that under certain conditions, subatomic particles are able to instantaneously influence each other regardless of the distance by which they are separated. As Dr. Albert Einstein showed us over 100 years ago, no communication can exceed the speed of light in physical space, and time necessarily must elapse. Thus, the two particles must have been non-locally connected beyond physical space in order to interact simultaneously. Dr. David Bohm, one of the foremost physicists of the 20th century, was bold in his thinking and concluded that the separation of the objects in Dr. Aspect's experiment was just an illusion. He postulated that the ultimate nature of physical reality is not a collection of separate objects, but is an undivided whole. The whole is comprised of invisible ether that is constantly in a state of evolution and is from what all things arise. According to Dr. Bohm's view, both mind and matter are united in so-called holo movement. He compared it to holography. In other words, the universe is like a grand hologram. We'll pause for some messages and soon return to discuss more about holography and the holographic worldview. You are watching Science and Spirituality on Supreme Master Television.